Hi, welcome to Ocean Yummies. I am literally on here to send out prayers, uh, chant, um, and all that for the people in the hurricane. The hurricane is category 3 at the moment. Okay. Let me see if I can get something small so we can look at to see how there's been progressing because I looked before and then I've looked and I came out. So let's see. Oh, that's too big. Oh, okay. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna play this because they're saying it's category 3 at the moment. So let's play this.
Going to bring you the very latest on Hurricane Milton.
It tore into Florida as a powerful Category 3, of course, adding new misery to that region already left ravaged by Helene. Seen a lot of flooding, a lot of damage overnight, several deaths being reported from tornadoes that were produced by that storm. Right now, more than 3 million people have no power this morning.
We've got a team of correspondents spread out across the state. Al is here, too. He's tracking the very latest. Let's get started with NBC's Tom Yamas. He's in hard-hit Sarasota. He's been covering the storm all night long. Good morning, Tom.
Hey, guys. Good morning to you. It was a very dangerous and wild night yesterday here in Sarasota. Hurricane Milton making landfall just north of us in Cedar Key. But once that eye passed over us, we felt the backside of that hurricane. Hurricane force winds north of 100 miles per hour. At one point, we couldn't even get a reading of how strong the winds were here because the gauges we were watching had broken. This is just some of the damage we're seeing this morning. I'll be completely honest with you. We've just ventured out for the first time tonight. This entire area was flooded yesterday. I'd say it was, from what we saw, 5 to a 6 foot storm surge. But again, we're going to wait for the official records later this morning. It's unclear because it's still dark everywhere in Sarasota of what happened last night and the extent of the damage. But as you guys mentioned at the top of the broadcast, it felt last night.
I think this hurricane is the same hurricane that hit the West Indies as well, because it's got brutal force behind it. Brutal force. So anybody who lives in the Florida area, if you live in the Florida area, please make sure you are safe. Please make sure you are prepped, you are safe. Do not stay in your house. If you have to leave your house, leave your house. Do not stay there because it's a very dangerous thing. The amount of damage that one hurricane did to Trinidad, I think it was Jamaica and other places. I can imagine this one's going to be worse of the one because the way how the eye of the storm's looking, I'm going to see if I can find a picture or a video of the eye of the storm, how the storm's moving. Let me see if I can find a picture of the eye of the storm itself. Because it was showing the eye of the storm at one point. It was showing how it was moving, how it was looking. Okay, so I'm going to play another one. Hold up. So it's moving fast and quick at this present. I don't know whether it's moving right now because they're tracking it.
Shot of live pictures from Naples, Florida right now, just south of where Hurricane Milton is expected to make landfall in just a matter of hours. Right now, millions of people are under evacuation orders, and people there are still dealing with the aftermath of Hurricane Helene. So this storm has the potential to be extremely devastating. Thank you for sticking with us at 4:30. I'm Yolanda Harris.
And I'm Angela Ann. Let's bring in our 10 weather impact team. We'll start with Chief Meteorologist Jerry Marks joining us now. And Jerry, this data from the hurricane really changing by the hour. What are we talking about category-wise and how much damage?
latest Category 3 storm. And don't get caught up in those details of which category it is as much as the fact that it's going to make landfall while it's dark this evening in the next couple of hours. And it's still a major, extremely powerful, concerning hurricane. One thing that you'll also notice is that it's a bit lopsided. Unlike yesterday, it was nearly perfectly symmetrical over the warm, open waters of the Gulf of Mexico. Not the case this evening as we're watching some drier air work back in. The other thing, this storm is picking up speed. And if you do the math, about 17 miles an hour plus a sustained wind of 125, that still puts it back in Category 4 status. So extremely strong winds, especially on the right side of that storm as it begins to approach just between Tampa Bay, around Sarasota, down toward Fort Myers, Sanibel, Katiba, and you saw that picture there from Naples. So that continues to be the problem. A lot of threats from these tornadoes, storm surge, wind, and rain, all things coming together, unfortunately, for much of central Ohio in the next 12 hours. Michael Behrens now joins us from the 10 TV Digital Broadcast Center with information on other severe weather that this hurricane is producing. Michael.
Yeah, this hurricane has just been producing all kinds of impacts across the state of Florida, including multiple confirmed tornadoes throughout the day today. This is just some of the video coming in from the Sunshine State of those tornadoes, and they are still dealing with the threat at this hour. I want to show you the latest radar across Florida right now. We'll count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 active tornado warnings across the region, including 2 of those for confirmed tornadoes. They've had tornado emergencies at times today. That would be for destructive confirmed tornadoes out there. We've got 17 reports just from the last 24 hours of tornadoes across the state of Florida. It's just the unfortunate side effect of this much rotation being in the atmosphere. You can see all that spin across Florida. Not hard to see why those tornadoes spawn up quickly, kind of like what we were dealing with here in Ohio from Helene just about a week ago. The tornado watches out there continue through at least 9 o'clock tonight. And of course, that's on top of the other impacts from this hurricane. Those winds out there, remember, Category 1 up to 95, Category 2 up to 110. It's a 3 right now, 139 to 12-foot storm surge. That's going to cause some pretty impactful damage, and they're not ruling out storm surge as high as 15 feet. That would inundate most properties. It is going to be a long.
Right. I was somewhere, I can't remember which platform it was, and they showed an example of how high the water's going to be when it does hit. It's not going to be low. It's going to be about the height, the height of a car. So please, people, evacuate, because you cannot stay. I mean, I know FEMA is not the best place to be, okay? Well, I wouldn't tell you to go to FEMA. If you have to evacuate and they put you in a place, otherwise it's going to be similar to Katrina all over again, where they found loads of unalive people in buildings and all sorts of stuff. Now, remember in Katrina, most of the bodies was floating on the water and everything else. Please think about it and get yourself safe. If you have stuff like for prepping, if you have prepped for this and you've collected stuff for this, just be safe. That's all out. That's unlike my prayers go out to the people in Florida, because it is a big storm. This storm is gonna liquor very hard. It ain't gonna be no easy storm. Let me check the category. Let me see what category is Category 3. Let me see what Category 3 is. Let me see if it's going to give it to me. Category 3. So Category 3 is Category 3 winds of 111 to 130 miles per hour, storm surge 9 to 12 feet above normal tide, structural damage to small buildings, mobile homes. Oh, they blocked it. Why they blocked it? So the Atlantic hurricane season begins in June the 1st and runs through November 30th. Hurricanes are rated on Simpson hurricane wind scale, which includes 5 categories based on storms, sustained wind speeds, its estimated possible damage to property ringing from, same damage to catastrophic. The National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration was predicted the above average season for 2024 was within 17 to 25 named storms, 8 to 13 hurricanes, and 4 to 7 major hurricanes of category 3 or higher. The 2023 season saw its first major storm in late August with Hurricane Franklin, a category 4 hurricane that did not make landfill. Oh, so if it makes landfill, it's bad. But still lead to life-threatening surf and rip current conditions along with U.S. East Coast. That was followed by Ladella, which hit Florida's Gulf Coast as a major hurricane on August the 30th, and then Lee churning in Atlantic with wind speeds at times reaching as high as category 5. Okay. So that's the categories. Hi Owlet. Greetings, hoping all is well. I live in Georgia. My relatives there said they are safe and I spoke with them about an hour ago, but no power. So there's no power now. Okay. So the speed is slowly building up. So it's now at category 3 at the present moment, and it's going to be at landfill. That's what they're saying now. So please make sure that your relatives are good. Phone them, whatever you got to do. Make sure your relatives are good. I just thought I'd just come and say this because when I saw it was a category, because the other day it was category 5. I can't remember. Sometime this week it was category 5, and now it's built up to category 3. So just be safe, people. Please be safe. Please send out prayers and positivity. Positivity goes a long way to your relatives so they can come out of this safe, because like I said, Katrina was really bad. Katrina, the Caribbean hurricane was very bad. There's loads of losses in the Caribbean one as well. Even though it is America that is being hit, it can still come as the same kind of situation. So you have to think like this. You have to be able to survive, because they might take long to come and get people and all sorts of stuff. Yeah, think about them things there. So please send out positive, because I know loads of people does affirmations, chants, whatever denomination you're at, send out your positivity to the people, because it's loss of life. Property is not so easy to get back during a hurricane, but loss of life, losing relatives, no. So I just thought I'll come and I'll show a bit of them tracking the hurricane. If anything else changes, I might put up a video or I might come live. I don't know, right? But with that, please be safe. Hi, Christine. I'm just about to come off. I'm just about to come off. So I'm definitely sending positive love to the people, because it is very detrimental. Let me see. I see something else. Hold on. Let me see. I can get it. Where's the screen? Oh, that's too big. Okay. Oh no, what's going on? Oh, it's there. Okay. it's not taking me to it. Okay, let's do it this way then. Okay, let me show this one as well. Okay, because they are monitoring how this thing is going, how it's traveling. Mother Earth is really really going into one. Where's the sound? Where's the sound?
Of course, La Nina. CBS News national correspondent Manuel Bojorquez is in Miami Beach, a place that is used to some being hit pretty hard by hurricanes. Looks fantastic now. Enjoy it. What are we expecting for the hurricane season?
Yeah, it's nice out here right now, but of course, as you know, things can change and quite dramatically. We are expecting an active hurricane season, just 2 days into it right now, not a storm out there, but things could change. This, in fact, is the year that NOAA has predicted the highest number of possible named storms, up to 25, and 4 to 7 of those are forecast to become major hurricanes. So what's happening here with the sea surface, the water temperature right now is already above average, and we're not even in the hottest months of the summer yet. We're talking about the waters in the Atlantic and parts of the Caribbean, essentially everything that's surrounding Florida. The other thing, as you mentioned, is La Nina. What that does is it reduces the amount of wind shear that can break apart hurricanes. So if they don't have that wind shear acting against them, well, there's a greater potential for them to be bigger and more destructive.
So, Manny, how are people preparing for the season?
Well, you know, the basics, right? You want to make sure you have enough water for everybody in your family for several days, enough food, make sure the batteries on the flashlights, generators are all good to go, that kind of thing. One of the things that people are really trying to get people to pay attention to is if you care for an elderly person or if you have a child who requires medication, make sure you have plenty of that during the hurricane season, because as you know, when a hurricane hits, you may not have access to pharmacies, supermarkets, and that type of thing for quite some time. Also, forecasters are trying to get people to pay less attention to the wind speed and the category, even though those things are still important. They want people to focus on the water issues, the potential for flooding, even inland during a hurricane, because the water is the biggest killer during hurricane season.
So, you know, as we already mentioned, Florida's been hit over and over and over again with some pretty powerful hurricanes. That means there is a lot of rebuilding in some areas. How has construction changed to deal with not only the hurricanes that we're seeing now, but the hurricanes to come?
Yeah, you know, architects and engineers would tell you nothing can be hurricane proof, but they're using the term hurricane resilient to describe construction that is able to better withstand a storm. And recently we visited the Luminary Hotel in Fort Myers. Some of the things they did there when it was built just 2 years before that storm hit is the first floor of the hotel is 9 feet above ground level, so they never had any storm surge come in. The generators are 15 feet up on platforms, so they were able to keep that hotel running during the storm. Why was that important? Well, FEMA and some of the workers that came in to respond to the storm were able to use that hotel as a base. So those are just some of the things that we're looking going into new buildings that are in these hurricane-prone areas.
All right, Manny Bojorquez, thank you very much.
Wow. So, like I'm saying, please make sure you're safe. Make sure you are safe. Make sure you got stuff for the peoples. Make sure you got stuff for yourself. Make sure check on elderly. All that what they all said there, right? So that obviously was before the hurricane started coming in and moving around a bit more. So that was before. I'm imagining because it looked calmer there, right? So that was the warning that was given previously. So please, people, please take care, look after yourself, look after your people, make sure they're okay. I don't know what else to tell you at this point. I mean, I'm gonna keep an eye on it because I do have family in Tampa. To be honest with you, I do have family in Tampa. I don't know. So please take care. Please be yeah, let everybody know, like find a safe place where you can go from this from the hurricane. I don't even know Yeah, I went to Florida in the 90s and saw the damage a hurricane causes firsthand. I was shocked. Yeah, it looks like it does a huge damage. Judging by the West Indies this last time here, yeah, it caused it a catastrophe. All right, and I'm using the West Indies as an example. One man, his whole place was totally gone. His whole house. His wife and child passed because of she went to she went to get the she went to I can't remember the story exactly, but he lost his wife and child and he was crying. I couldn't find the video to put up because sometimes you can't put up people like that because I mean, even though the news did put it out, but I didn't want to put him out like that, you know what I'm saying? It was really sad. So yeah, the whole area was devastated. Yes, it gets real bad. It gets real bad. So I'm just gonna do this very short one, very short live. As they're tracking it, it's on category 3 now. It's a category 3. What's going on now? The thing's playing. Sorry. It's on category 3. So Florida continues to see rain and flooding. So it's raining and flooding right now. I'm trying to find stuff as it comes out. Let me see. Oh, wow, sorry about that. I was trying to see. Yes, category 3 can still cause a lot of devastation and damage. Yes, it can. It can. That's what it just said on the bit I just read just a while ago. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna keep an eye on it, and if anything changes, if I haven't put nothing about it tomorrow, please remind me to double check. Even though I'm gonna check, I'll probably check. I probably won't forget, but remind me in case I forget, because you know me, I get backlog or I start looking at something else or I go elsewhere, and this is really quite this is very, like, Mother Nature do not have no bounds to her power. She doesn't. So yeah, so please be safe out there in Florida. I think Planet Mimi lives in Florida. I can't remember who else lives in Florida. There's quite a few of them live in Florida. So I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye. Because my, like, I don't normally come on this time, but yeah. But with that said, I will see you later. Thank you, so Amma. Thank you. I'll let Christine. And I'll see you in the next one. Please have a good day. Please be safe. Please be safe. That's all I'm asking. Please be safe. Okay? Please send out prayers, meditations. I don't know what to tell you. Just send out positive vibes that people get through this in one piece. Because, yeah, please. Okay? I'm not going to go into no speech. I don't want to go into a speech. I don't think it's good to go into a speech, you know what I'm saying, at this time. So with that said, I will see you. Take care. Bye. Bye.